Hello and welcome to Sobricks. I'm Adam and this is Sobricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Lego Marvel Avengers Speeder Bike Attack set. This is set number 76142. It has 226 pieces, and I paid $25 for this set. Now, this set is retired. I was able to find a sealed copy, and I got this in a store, so I didn't have to pay shipping or anything like that. I think when this set retailed, it retailed for like $20, so I didn't feel that $25 was that bad of a price for this, so I'm pretty excited. So in this video I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Before I open this up, now I'm seeing that the tag on here says it's open box, and it looks like they have the normal Lego tape underneath another tape. So I actually have no idea if this set's going to be sealed or not, or the contents are sealed. I should have looked at that first, but we'll see here. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Marvel Avengers Speeder Bike Attack set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then to remind you that if you like this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up and giving it a like. And if you like my other videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button and subscribing to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future. Subscribers and comments and likes and all that stuff helps my channel grow, helps it get noticed by the algorithm and gets in the good graces, and helps me reach a wider audience. So I'm just very grateful for anybody that watches. So thank you very much. And now back to the rest of the build for this Lego Marvel Avengers Speeder Bike Attack set, and then on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Marvel Avengers, the Avengers Speeder Bike Attack set. So I did have a weird thing where I thought this was sealed when I bought it. Then when I was about to record the video and open up the box, I noticed that it said it was an open box set and there was tape over the original tape. When I opened it, the first bag of pieces was in a Ziploc baggie. Some of it was already started to be constructed, but the second bag of pieces was completely sealed, and all these stickers were there, and the sticker sheet was in great condition. So it was kind of interesting. I'm still happy with this. It does stink. I thought I was buying a sealed set and it wasn't, but that's my own fault. I should pay more attention to what the label says and everything there. But there is some good stuff here, and I did get to build the majority of it. So there was just a little bit that was already made. And I really like this, and I still think I got a pretty good deal, all things considered. But the first thing we'll do is take a look at the minifigures here. And the first one we'll look at is Black Panther. Now, this is one that was already kind of put together when I opened this. And, that's okay, not a big deal. And then just a little bit of the bike was put together. And that always interests me, is that somebody opened this up, put like 8 or 9 pieces together, did like the first couple steps, and then stopped. They didn't even open the second bag to get to the other figures or the other part of the build. So I don't really know what goes on to to have that happen. There was even some extra parts that are like I'll show a little bit later that also were still sealed in this set. But either way, the Black Panther was already put together. I don't think I have this exact one. This is kind of a good one. I think this is most closely resembling some characters from the Avengers video game that was maybe coming out in the 2019-2020 time frame, because I think that's about roughly when this set was released. So I don't know if I have this exact Black Panther. It's nice we get the nice kind of necklace up top. It's actually a really detailed torso printing here with a lot of like hexagonal kind of lines and detail all through the armor here. The face is fine. It does have the extra piece on the top for the Black Panther ears there. The back also very detailed, some metallic stuff, tons of little stuff in here, which is really nice. And it does have this kind of cowl, not quite a cape piece, but a piece of fabric that goes around the neck that kind of stands up there. Nothing on the arms, nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs. I think this would have been like a phenomenal figure had it had some leg printing. As is, it's still pretty good, but not great. But it is, I think, different than other Black Panthers that I've gotten. So I always like getting different variations. So that's nice. The next one we'll look at is Thor, and this too I think is different than Thor's that I have, but I'm not sure. So of course Thor does have a cape here. That's a single hole piece. He does have kind of these blasts for lightning or whatever. That is a projectile that can be launched out of there. It does have Mjolnir here as the hammer accessory. I really like the color of the hair there. I don't know if Lego always did this kind of light tannish color for the hair, but I think it works well. Love the torso print on this. It's super detailed, kind of hard to see all the detail in this current setup, but it's really fine lines all throughout there. It's actually like a crazy detailed torso, which I really like. And again, I don't know if I have this exact one. I'll have to double check look at all my different Thor figures to see, but I really like this torso. Does have a little bit up top for the cape up there as well, but there's just tons of fine lines in here. Again, nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs, nothing on the arms. If we look at the back, again, the back is nicely detailed here, which I really like to see. We do have an alternate face. Right now I have it with the lightning eyes there, so that's printed well, but we also have kind of a more basic Thor face there. So that is good to get those accessories. And then the third minifigure is this AIM agent, and it's really hard to show them because they're such a part of the build. So I'm actually going to hold off on showing this, or I guess I'll just kind of show it, but I'll take off all of its accessories for now. So that's kind of interesting. So we have an AIM agent, and this is a really nice minifigure as well. Tons of metallic and fine details. The color choices are really nice. There's lots of fine lines in here. It even says AIM there. And then this minifigure also has some cool stuff like this like breathing apparatus thing in the front, which is an extra piece separate from the helmet. So that piece goes around the neck. They also have the back piece that allows for all their accessories to go around the neck. So we can actually see this is kind of that like breathing thing or mechanized mouth thing that goes around the head. This is the helmet piece in kind of that gunmetal gray. And here is the AIM agent face or mask there, which is really nice. We can see the back of the torso here, which gets largely covered up, but it's super detailed, so really nice. Again, I think this could have been improved by some printing on the legs. All three of these characters, I think, should have had printing on the legs, but for this size of set, that's not too big of a deal. And this AIM agent has some really incredible accessories. So here I'm putting on the back piece, like the backpack thing that I'm putting on the kind of breathing apparatus thing there, and then I add the helmet, and that's really terrific. One of the accessories, it uses some of those pre-molded parts that come, like different tools and stuff that come in a pre-packaged bag. So this one, you use a couple of those with some studs to add that together, and we actually have another one that uses some of those pieces too, and those are the pieces, those kind of silvery pieces here are the ones I was talking about that were also sealed when I bought this. It has this really fantastic translucent chain in this set, which is great, as well as this grappling hook piece here. So I love this chain piece. I'm really thrilled about that. And these accessories are really terrific, and that's not even all of them. So then we have this whole actual kind of build here that is also sort of accessories to this AIM agent, and I'll get to all of that in a minute here. So that's the minifigures, but now we can look at the Avengers speeder bike, which is kind of, I would say, the main build of this set, and this is really cool. I think it's not uncommon for Lego to make superhero bikes and superhero vehicles of different sizes and shapes and different stuff, but I really like this one. So there's tons of cool stuff. It does use some of the pieces that, again, came in like those pre-packaged bags, like these rounds here, these ones here for these thrusters, as well as some ones that are used for the handlebars there, and these ones that are used on the projectiles. So I'll have to show those, because those, you do get a bunch of those. You can see it here at the end there, which is kind of that silvery sort of interesting mold pieces there. There are some stickers on this. You can see the sticker sheet here. So we have the sticker with the Avengers A, as well as a control panel, sticker here at the back, sticker here on the side, sticker here on the side. And then we have, whoops, let me get that. Then we have the other sticker on the AIM agent here with the AIM thing there. And there's two other stickers on kind of these side pieces that just see danger, or say danger. So not too many stickers, pretty small sticker sheet. So that's not bad. The ones that are used on the speeder bike, I think, are used well, simple enough to put on. So I don't mind those at all. In fact, these ones at the back, they're on an interesting piece, so I like to see that. There's a lot of interesting pieces in here, and the build for this is relatively simple. There's not a ton of pieces used in here, but it is good. It is pretty wide, actually. It's pretty bulky. I think it's more than 6 studs wide, especially at certain points, which is great. It does have pretty wide wheels, but that does allow it to stay upright when it's just on its wheels alone, and you don't have to lean it, doesn't have to have a kickstand or anything. It's very stable and balanced with these wide wheels, which is great. I love the rims here with kind of these super angular wide rims that are like wider than the tire. I really like that on the front and back, so awesome to get those. It's a pretty basic, like, big plate here with some Technic bricks, simple Technic beam coming off this, and then kind of an angled Technic beam coming off the back. So there actually is a little bit of forward rake in this set. The rear is a little bit higher than the back. We do use a nice use of a fender here at the front, some good translucent stuff in there, some good curves. You do see a bit of the Technic frame, so it would have been nice if a little more of that could have been covered up, but it's not too terrible. Like, they did do a bit to cover it up, and same up here, so not a huge issue. And there is a spot to have a minifigure here, so I'll put Black Panther in there. So underneath this kind of slope piece, they have one of these pieces that minifigure feet can go around. So I can kind of slot Black Panther in there, and they can be in there like so. the hands don't quite reach the controls, and I don't think there's a way. They're a little too wide to get the minifigure arms to actually go on there, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But you can position them close enough that I think it works. And then there's also the control panel on the sticker there, so I think that's okay. It's not a big deal. I think he looks pretty cool in there, or Black Panther in general looks cool in there. Can kind of be positioned at different angles here, and then it does have a little bit of that forward rake, so I think that looks great. It's kind of like a lying down bike, which I think is a really cool design. And so great that you can fit a figure in there. And again, it just rolls really lovely, uses some of those specialty pieces here and around the back. It does have kind of the older style stud shooter here that has like the ball joint on the end, but it does use these kind of, it doesn't just use basic studs. It uses, you know, a stud and then a hollow stud and a piece pressed into that. So you get several of these kind of like war or missile heads, or, you know, whatever kind of piece this is that adds on to the projectile. So that's really cool. You get a bunch of those, and those can be loaded in. These stud shooters can be angled a bit. You could position them and then launch those projectiles out of there. They work well, and that's good. They're a little bit finicky in that when I'm just kind of handling this, especially as rough as I am, they are prone to fall off. But you do get those, and you do get, you know, 4 of them. So you have some extras there. So 2 can be loaded in, 1 on either side of the bike, and then you have 2 more to have on the side, which is great. And I just think this is really cool. I really love the wheels. I love the overall shape. It is a little bulky, but that's kind of fitting. And there is some, you know, it's not perfect. Like, I do think some of the technique could have been covered up a little bit more, and maybe adjusting how the handlebar pieces are used could have made it a little bit nicer. But it's still a really great build, relatively simple. There's not that many pieces in here, and it looks pretty great, and it's got some good size to it. And I'm really impressed that it's so stable. You can just, you know, drive this around without having to worry about it tipping, which is really, really nice for a, you know, 2-wheeled vehicle here. And so I really love these wheels specifically, but the whole thing is pretty cool, and it just works. So that's nice. And then the rest of the build is essentially for stuff for the AIM agent. We do get these, like I showed already. They have the danger sticker on them. Don't know for sure what these are supposed to be. Something with some biohazard or something in there. So there's sticker on the translucent and some gunmetal and stuff. Relatively simple there for those. And then we have this AIM agent, which I already showed the minifigure and their accessories, but they also have these like wings kind of things here, which are super, super cool. They're attached with like a mixel joint at the back there, so they can be positioned in different places. They have good colors, good color blocking here. We do have the sticker there on just one side, not on both, so that's interesting. Using some of these molded pieces that come in the prepackaged thing, as well as these saw blades on the front. Those can be positioned. They could be rotated a little bit left and right, but certainly up and down, and then kind of using the ball joints can be moved. There's nice translucent stuff. There's these at the bottom, which I don't think are supposed to be like propellers necessarily. They kind of have that effect, but they also help to stand this figure up. It can kind of stand on its own, you know, because it gets a lot of stability from these wings. So if you don't just stand it down just on its feet and also have these touching the ground, it's a pretty stable figure, which is nice, because otherwise the balance of this would be really, really wonky. But I like the whole build for these things, which are essentially just mirrored versions of each other, except for the sticker. This one too has kind of the old style stud shooters, and it does have them again with that kind of warhead or projectile head piece there with a hollow stud and then a translucent stud there. So slightly different colors than the ones that go on the speeder bike. You do get extras of those. So there's one of those on each wing here, and those can kind of be aimed because they can be rotated up and down, a little bit back and forth. So that's really good, and they just work. And then it's also got, the great detailed printing, the accessories around the neck and on the head. Both hands are occupied with unique accessories here. So this is just a super kitted out aim agent, which I think is really, really cool. And again, not a ton of pieces here, not a ton of pieces in this set in general, but this is awesome. And as far as like minifigures that get stuff built out, that's not quite like a mech, but it's like a little more involved than like Carnage or Venom appendages, or even Dr. Octopus or different stuff. This is like really, really cool in my opinion, and really well done. So I had a blast with this. I think it looks awesome and really fun to play with. It's totally swooshable and can be gripped different ways, and it's all just centered around a really cool minifigure there. Plus it has kind of the action features of the projectiles and the stud shooters and tons of different stuff here. So that's really, really great. And these can kind of engage in stuff together. I think, Thor feels like a little bit of an afterthought here, but it's nice to have like two heroes and potentially a villain. And there's just kind of a lot of stuff here for how big the set is. So this set is 226 pieces. You get 3 figures that are, I would say, pretty good or bordering on good, not quite great because the lack of leg printing for all 3 of them, nothing on the arms either, but they still have a lot of really good stuff for them, and they do have the appropriate accessories. Like Thor does get his hammer and gets these kind of like projectiles. You do get an extra one of those, which is nice, that can be flicked out of the hand. Black Panther does get the ears and the cowl here, which is good. And of course the AIM agent gets a ton of stuff for them. And I paid $25 for this set. Like I said, it was open box. I thought it was sealed, but it was open box. But everything was there. The second bag was completely sealed. The stickers were completely intact. So it was basically like it was new. I don't think even the full bike was ever put together just based on sort of context clues from when I opened it. So that's pretty neat. And there's good features, 3 figures. So I thought $20 or $25 for a retired set, 226 pieces, a licensed set, play features, specialty like pieces, like all the different molds of this like kind of metallic gray stuff, as well as the kind of rims for these wheels. I felt that this was a really good value. So I think I got a good value for this. I think this retailed for $20 back in the day, which is, like I say, I think, I don't know, 2019 maybe, or 2020. I think it's around there, but I could be wrong. If you know exactly when this came out, please leave it in the comments. But I think that's around then. So again, a retired set, not quite sealed, but almost sealed. I think 25 was totally reasonable. Not only does the price per piece kind of make sense, it's 3 figures, it's a licensed set, so I thought I got a great deal here, and I think if it retailed for $20, that was probably a good deal at the time too. In 2023, I don't know if this set is having the retail price of $20. That would be a big surprise for me to get 3 licensed figures as well as like a vehicle and then kind of a pretty substantial side build. That would kind of surprise me, but I was very happy to find this when I did, and so I really like it, and I think I got a good deal. Here are the extra pieces. We do get an extra of that like Black Panther ears, as well as sort of that breathing type of apparatus thing that I keep calling it, as that's on the AIM agent. We get an extra of the projectile for Thor, different translucent pieces there, your 1x1s, your tiles, your plates, your studs, your pins, your trigger for the various stud shooters. So those are your extra pieces, about standard, but nice to get some of the specialized ones here, which is great. And then you also get the extra kind of projectiles for each of these, which is nice, and they're easy enough to differentiate too, even though they're pretty simple. So I like that a lot. And I think this is a great set, great value. Really happy to have found this. I really like this. I do love building vehicles, and I like bikes, and this really exceeded expectations. I'm really surprised at how much Lego I feel like I have here for only 226 pieces and 3 minifigures. So really, really nice. I'm very, very happy with this. So this is great. If you like this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up and giving it a like. And if you like the other videos on my channel, please consider clicking the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Marvel, more Lego superheroes in general, and then just tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shapes, sizes, price points, and piece counts, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. And if you want to support this channel and support my videos here, the best way to do that is over at the SoBricks Patreon, which is patreon.com/SoBricks. It's linked in the description, linked on my channel page. Over there, you can join for as little as $2 a month, get access to all my videos early, get access to some exclusive videos, tons of other stuff in the works over there. So maybe consider giving that a look. Every little bit helps, and I'm very, very grateful. So thank you very much. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.